We frequently have enduring memories of celebrities in their heyday, thanks to Hollywood's sparkle and glamour. However, time passes, even for the most well-known names. Age hasn't been kind to all of the top actresses of the 1980s, who enthralled viewers with their beauty, skill, and charisma. Notable figures, including Brigitte Nielsen, Linda Hamilton, and Michelle Pfeiffer, have all battled the harsh realities of aging in the public eye. Come see how 20 once well-known actresses have handled the passing of the years and their startling metamorphoses. Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer was the pinnacle of elegance and beauty in the 1980s, captivating viewers with her performances in films such as The Fabulous Baker Boys and Scarface. She became one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors due to her legendary appearance, glowing skin, and enticing blue eyes. But time hasn't been kind to her, as most people might think. Even though she has continued to work in movies, most recently in roles like Ant-Man and the Wasp and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Pfeiffer's physical changes have been apparent. Her previously youthful radiance has diminished, and even though she accepts aging organically, she has come under fire for appearing worn out or exhausted in public. Her acting prowess nevertheless endures, reminding everyone that looks aren't everything in Hollywood. Linda Hamilton. As Sarah Connor in the Terminator series, Linda Hamilton rose to fame. She changed Hollywood's perception of female heroes and was praised for her powerful body and thrilling performances. Her vital roles and raw beauty made her stand out in the 1980s, but the years since have not been kind. Hamilton now appears very different from when she was at her best, and although she still makes a point of staying in shape, she has aged. Fans have anticipated her 2019 return to the Terminator franchise, but many were shocked by how much older she looked. Hamilton has publicly discussed her mental health issues, especially her battles with depression, which may have negatively impacted her general well-being. Despite her advanced age, she continues to be a robust and resilient figure in Hollywood, exhibiting fortitude and strength both on and off screen. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley, the ex-wife of the renowned Elvis Presley, has always been well known. She enchanted viewers in the 1980s with her parts in the Naked Gun television series, displaying her classic grace and beauty. But over time, Priscilla's appearance has undergone significant change, and it hasn't been for the better. She is hardly the same person she was when she was younger because of her battles with plastic surgery. According to reports, her altered facial characteristics were the result of poorly executed cosmetic surgeries. This dramatic change has drawn a lot of criticism. Even though Priscilla is still involved in the entertainment business and Elvis-related endeavors, her appearance has generated a lot of discussion. Sadly, the artificial modifications have masked her inherent beauty, making her one of the 80s stars struggling with aging rather than gracefully. Sally Field. In the 1980s, Sally Field won people over with her warmth, friendliness, and girl-next-door appeal. She was an Oscar-winning actress, acclaimed for her beauty and talent, having starred in films such as Steel Magnolias and Places in the Heart. But Field's appearance has altered significantly over time. The consequences of aging naturally have been very apparent, even though she hasn't relied on extreme cosmetic operations. As a result of the years that have passed, her face has deep lines and wrinkles, and her youthful shine has diminished. Despite this, Field has decided to accept rather than resist aging. She has demonstrated that age does not define skill by continuing to act and being relevant in Hollywood. One of the more admired actresses aged in the public eye is her emotional depth and captivating abilities, even though her physical look may have changed. Tara Reid. Tara Reid began her career as a child performer in the 1980s and became well known in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Even though Reid gained notoriety in teen comedies like American Pie and Van Wilder, her appearance has changed significantly over time due to her hard-partying lifestyle and dubious plastic surgery. Her once girlish appearance had diminished by the time she was in her 30s, and her excessive use of cosmetic surgery made her appear much older than she was. Many people have talked about Tara's botched surgeries, especially the unsuccessful breast augmentation and liposuction procedures, that made her feel self-conscious about her appearance. Despite her efforts to remain in the spotlight, Reid's transformed appearance has eclipsed her fight to restore her career, and she continues to serve as a warning about the risks associated with excessive cosmetic modifications. Heather Locklear. Known for her parts in Dynasty and T.J. Hooker, which cemented her reputation as a Hollywood beauty queen, Heather Locklear was a television sensation in the 1980s. Locklear was the quintessential 80s beauty icon with blonde hair, a brilliant smile, and indisputable charisma. Her subsequent troubles have marred her once glamorous image. Locklear's beauty has suffered dramatically as a result of her struggles with substance misuse and legal problems. Her once youthful face now displays the brutal impact of her troubles as she has been in and out of treatment. Despite this, Locklear has tried multiple times to make a comeback, but her changed appearance and turbulent personal life have prevented her from becoming the famous figure she once was. Her tale is a heartbreaking illustration of the disastrous collisions that may occur between age, addiction, and celebrity. Liza Minnelli. Judy Garland's daughter, Liza Minnelli, was a massive success in the 1980s, renowned for her charismatic acting and exuberant demeanor. Minnelli's skill was evident, and she was well known for her performance in Cabaret and several memorable appearances. However, her health problems and struggles with addiction started to overshadow her career. Minnelli has aged significantly over the years due to the toll of substance misuse and numerous health scares. Her appearance has radically changed as a result of the surgeries she has had, both for medical and cosmetic purposes. Her formerly lively visage now conveys the harsh realities of a life spent in the spotlight while dealing with personal hardships. Even though Minnelli's contributions to the entertainment industry are still regarded as legendary, it is evident from her aging appearance and weakness that she is very different from the celebrity she was in her heyday. Kelly LeBrock. Because of her part in Weird Science and her involvement in several well-known advertising campaigns, Kelly LeBrock was the pinnacle of beauty in the 1980s. She became a sex icon of the decade due to her attractive appearance and seductive demeanor. But in recent years, LeBrock's visage has undergone a significant transformation. After marrying action icon Steven Seagal, she stepped back from the spotlight, but she has now opened up about how hard Hollywood is on her. LeBrock has acknowledged that she has experimented with cosmetic surgery, changing her appearance. She no longer resembles the beauty star she once was due to aging and living a more private life away from the spotlight. Fans who remember her as the pinup of the 1980s have been astonished by her dramatic shift, even though she is still regarded as a respected person in the profession. Brigitte Nielsen. Starring in movies like Red Sonja and Rocky IV, Brigitte Nielsen was a towering presence in the 1980s. Her arresting features and statuesque form made her a recognizable figure in Hollywood. However, Nielsen has aged considerably as a result of her hard-living lifestyle, which includes high-profile marriages and her battles with alcohol. Nielsen's current look contrasts sharply with her glitzy past. Despite her continued use of cosmetic surgery, her face has changed significantly, and the effects of aging are visible. Despite her efforts to maintain her youth, Nielsen's appearance shows the impact of years in the spotlight. In 2018, she made news when she gave birth to her fifth child at 54. Although Nielsen is still well known, her once iconic beauty has diminished, leaving behind a different picture from what admirers recall. Kathleen Turner. Because of her appearances in movies like Body Heat and Romancing the Stone, and her deep sensual voice, Kathleen Turner was one of the most sought-after actresses of the 1980s. Turner was a darling among audiences because of her smoldering appearance and self-assured demeanor. However, her health and beauty were greatly affected by her struggle with rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic ailment. She gained weight as a result of the illness, and her face appeared old and swollen. Turner has been candid about her difficulties, preventing her from preserving her youthful appearance. Despite her altered look, Turner has continued to work in theater and cinema, and her acting abilities are still as strong as ever. Although she has shown remarkable fortitude in the face of physical difficulties, She no longer looks like the glitzy celebrity she was in the 1980s. Jane Fonda. One of the most well-known figures of the 1980s was the actress Jane Fonda, who won 2 Academy Awards. Her activism gave her a lasting presence. Her fitness videos and appearances in movies like 9 to 5 kept her in the spotlight. However, Fonda has been open about her numerous cosmetic procedures. Her multiple facelifts and other treatments have changed her appearance, even though she has aged more gracefully than many of her peers. Fonda has acknowledged that she regrets some of the procedures, claiming that the pressure from Hollywood to remain young was the cause. Fonda still acts and speaks out as an activist now, but her appearance shows how far she has gone to fight aging. Despite the changes, she is still an influential person in Hollywood, but her appearance results from decades of work to keep up her youthful appearance. Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith, who starred in popular films like Working Girl and Body Double, was one of the most sought-after actresses of the 1980s. Popular in Hollywood, Griffith was renowned for her stunning blonde beauty. Nevertheless, her look has changed noticeably over the years due to numerous cosmetic procedures. The result of treatments that many have deemed excessive are now visible on her once young face. Griffith apologizes for the surgeries, acknowledging that they did not go as planned. She grew older as a result of her battles with substance misuse and the demands of upholding her public persona. Although her shift has generated a lot of controversy, Griffith is still employed in the field despite her altered appearance. Faye Dunaway. With parts in Mommy Dearest and Barfly, Faye Dunaway was a movie star in the 1980s. She was one of Hollywood's most admired actresses due to her angular features and breathtaking attractiveness. However, Dunaway is now hardly identifiable due to her efforts to maintain her youthful appearance. Dunaway, who is well known for her drive and perfectionism, reportedly sought plastic surgery to keep her attractiveness, but the outcomes have drawn harsh criticism. She has recently retired from the spotlight, and her facial characteristics have changed significantly. Even though Dunaway is still regarded as a Hollywood great, many fans believe her physical metamorphosis has eclipsed her remarkable career. Dunaway no longer looks like the famous person she once was due to aging and botched cosmetic procedures. Daryl Hannah. Due to her roles as Pris in Blade Runner and the Mermaid in Splash, Daryl Hannah was a unique star in the 1980s. She immediately rose to prominence as one of the most well-known actors of the decade, thanks to her stunning appearance and ethereal presence. But Daryl's appearance has altered a lot throughout the years. What seems to be an over-reliance on cosmetic surgery has eclipsed her youthful beauty, which was previously striking and natural. Her face appears somewhat frozen due to Botox and facelifts, which have been the subject of speculation by fans and media sources. Although she has never publicly responded to these accusations, there is a noticeable difference between her appearance now and when she was younger. Despite her changing appearance, Daryl Hannah continues to be involved in Hollywood, especially in independent films and environmental advocacy, demonstrating that her abilities extend well beyond her looks. Her changed appearance has, however, spurred continuous conversations about the stresses of aging in Hollywood and the extent some celebrities would go to look younger, frequently with unanticipated consequences. Marilu Henner. With her role as Elaine Nardo on the famous sitcom Taxi, Marilu Henner rose to fame, winning over fans with her fiery smile and red hair. Henner's beauty was as much appreciated in the 1980s as her acting prowess, but she hasn't been immune to the effects of aging like many celebrities of her day. Despite leading an active life and penning books on memory and health, Henner's appearance has changed significantly. Henner's face displays the typical aging symptoms that are occasionally less accepted in Hollywood, even though she has aged more organically than some of her colleagues. Although her features have softened, fans still recall her as a vibrant actress with ageless charm. Although she is still engaged in entertainment and writing today, many are curious if her change was influenced by the need to appear young in the business when making judgments about cosmetic changes. Although Henner has skillfully managed her personal and professional lives, Her evolving looks remind her of the physical toll that years of fame can have. Joan Van Ark. Once the pinnacle of 80s glitz, Joan Van Ark was best recognized for her memorable portrayal of Valine Ewing on Knots Landing. Her blonde hair, prominent cheekbones, and attractive on-screen persona made her a popular TV personality. But Van Ark's look has undergone significant changes, leading to speculation of substantial cosmetic surgery. Her face appears rigid and unnatural, making many suspect that she has had numerous facelifts and surgeries. Fans who have a positive recollection of her from the height of her success have been taken aback by the apparent changes in her appearance. Joan Van Ark remains active in the theater profession and makes guest appearances despite the criticism. But her changed appearance has eclipsed her formerly glamorous persona. The debate around her makeover reflects Hollywood's intense demands on women to seem young, frequently pushing celebrities to take extreme measures to prevent natural aging. Fans have a bittersweet recollection of the actress they once loved, as Van Ark's quest for perpetual youth has generated as much discussion as her career. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher became a household name in the 1980s because of her portrayal as Princess Leia in Star Wars, but addiction and mental health problems characterized her personal life. Fisher used her platform to promote mental health awareness while being refreshingly open about her struggles with alcohol, drugs, and bipolar disorder. Unfortunately, her physical appearance suffered as a result of years of substance misuse. Fisher tried to preserve her appearance in her later years by undergoing cosmetic surgery, but the effects of her chaotic lifestyle were still noticeable. Discussions concerning Fisher's shifting appearance were sparked by her reappearance as Leia in the Star Wars sequels, which revealed an aged Fisher. Fisher was a gifted actress, writer, and activist who remained unapologetic until she died in 2016, but her legacy goes beyond her appearance. Hollywood's demands may have affected Carrie Fisher's choices about her appearance, but her humor, wit, and fortitude made an impression that lasted. The difficulties faced by celebrities raised under the harsh spotlight are brought to light by her metamorphosis. Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan, who starred in romantic comedies like Sleepless in Seattle and When Harry Met Sally, was once America's sweetheart. Her bright smile and girl-next-door charm made her one of the most popular actors of the late 1980s and early 1990s. However, many of Meg's admirers were taken aback by her drastic shift in look over time. She started appearing in public with a notably changed look in the early 2000s, which many people thought resulted from cosmetic surgery. Her complexion tightened, her lips became more extensive, and her once soft, natural features became more rigid. Ryan has never acknowledged the scope of the treatment she may have done, although the media extensively covered her makeover. Her new look contrasted with the youthful actress that people had grown to love. Ryan's change warns about Hollywood's unattainable beauty standards and the pressure actors experience to preserve their youthful appearance, even if she is partially withdrawn from the spotlight. Her status as a rom-com icon is indisputable, even though her physical metamorphosis has overshadowed her current career. Anjelica Huston. The daughter of renowned filmmaker John Huston, Anjelica Huston made a name for herself in Hollywood thanks to her unusual beauty and extraordinary talent. Huston, who starred in movies including The Witches and The Addams Family, was praised for her fierce on-screen persona and sharp, angular features. But she's changed a lot in appearance throughout the years. Her once iconic features have reportedly been changed via cosmetic treatments. However, some of this can be ascribed to natural aging. With broader cheeks and a rounder face than in her younger years, Huston, who has long taken delight in defying Hollywood beauty standards, now has a distinctly different appearance. Despite these developments, Anjelica Huston is still a force in the entertainment business, both in front of and behind the camera. Her metamorphosis warns that when people age, they may still encounter criticism, even if they choose not to follow Hollywood's ideals. Huston, however, continues to stand as a testament to skill and tenacity, demonstrating that a Hollywood career involves more than simply looks. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn, one of the most prominent actresses of the 1980s, was well known for her cheerful demeanor and humorous abilities in movies like Overboard and Private Benjamin. She was popular in Hollywood because of her youthful attractiveness and contagious energy. But Hawn eventually resorted to cosmetic modifications to preserve her youthful appearance, a move that hasn't always been warmly welcomed. Her face, formerly expressive by nature, now displays the effects of her procedures, appearing more rigid and with tighter skin. Fans have been surprised by her change, even though she has always embraced her carefree personality. Even though her appearance has changed, Goldie Hawn is still employed in Hollywood, frequently working with her daughter, Kate Hudson. She has also committed herself to charitable endeavors, especially in education. Hawn's story demonstrates Hollywood's extreme pressure on women to maintain their youth, and the extent to which some celebrities will go to live up to these expectations. Although her personality and sense of humor have not changed, her new look serves as a sobering reminder of the price of beauty in a field that is fixated on youth. Even the brightest stars cannot avoid the impacts of time. It is an unavoidable part of life. Even though these 20 ladies dominated Hollywood in the 1980s, their changes demonstrate the difficulties and demands of being in the public eye. Their significantly altered features, whether as a result of cosmetic surgeries or natural aging, serve as a reminder that time does not wait for anyone. Stay tuned for more information on the legendary characters in Hollywood and their amazing travels.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon